here at the Southfield Public Library. I'm so happy to be back here in the Storytime room, cooking with you again. And I'm just thrilled to be here and welcome. And before we get started, let me get rid of the banner, which you see, it's our November episode. So let me get rid of that and tip it up a little so you can see the table. Here we go, and now I'm going to zoom on over. Here I am. Hello. So as I said, this month is November, and we're still in the season of fall. But just a little bit, it's getting a little colder, right? And we've got a little different focus. Last month we had sort of a creepy focus because Halloween. But this month, what holiday is coming up where we get to gobble up lots of yummy food? If you're saying Thanksgiving, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to give you some November-inspired, Thanksgiving-inspired snacks. Or again, just like in our October episode, things that you can do several of and arrange on a tray and have as an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer. That will be a big hit at any small gathering that you go to, because I know we're not doing big gatherings. All right, we're going to get started with our savory. And remember, savory is not dessert, right? Savory is salty. Savory is spicy. Savory is wonderful. I love savory. I like sweet too, but I really like savory. So we're going to start with the savory snack. And it's called Bruschetta. And a typical Bruschetta, as you may or may not know, your grown-up may or may not know, is a little piece of bread. I got these little toasts already in the bag. My recipe said that you could get a French bread and cut it into little pieces. But I'm always looking for easy shortcuts. So I got ones that were already made for me. You can use a lot of different spreads for your bruschetta, but a typical bruschetta tends to be mozzarella, tomato, and balsamic. But we're going to get a little different today. We're going to use, you could absolutely use mozzarella. You could also use another creamy Italian cheese called ricotta. You could also use brie, really any smooth cheese that spreads. But I'm using cream cheese today. You could also use a cheddar cheese spread. You could use a nacho cheese spread, whatever you're into. And then you're going to spread it on your bruschetta. I'm going to do 3. And you just need enough to cover it, so not a lot. A little dollop goes a long way. All right. So these are our 3 bruschettes with their cheese on them. Now, toppings. Oh my gosh, the toppings are endless. You can really put anything on these. You can do sweet or savory. We're actually going to do a little of both. I love balsamic vinegar. It's kind of tangy. It's really good. And if you just drizzle it, just do a tiny drizzle. Tiny drizzle. Okay. Then I have some grape tomatoes here, and I'm going to cut the grape tomato in half, just using really a plain old butter knife here. And I'm going to put it over my drizzle. And there's my cream cheese tomato. Ooh, dripping a little again, like I did in October. Trademark. Anyways, I've got my pretty red, white bruschetta. Very pretty for the start of the holiday season. And next, I really like balsamic, so I think I'm going to do balsamic again. I wish it would drizzle rather than dripping like it is, but doesn't want to drizzle for me. I've got my balsamic on here again, and this time I'm going to get a little sweet. I have some dried cherries here. And I'm going to put that on top of the balsamic and the cream cheese. You could throw some blueberries in here too. I almost thought about bringing the blueberries, but maybe that would be too much. You could certainly do that. So now I've got my dried cherries and cream cheese on my little bruschetta. I'll put next to my tomato. And finally, by the way, you could do some broccoli. You could cut up broccoli. I would do a cold broccoli and sprinkle it on here with a bit of balsamic. You could do, I had some other ideas too. Oh, you could do fig. You could do a fig jam actually instead of a bruschetta, and then sprinkle some savory cheese, nice sharp cheddar, or trying to think of a white cheese, like a white cheddar even, or sprinkle some Swiss shreds. A fig is a delicious cheese. I like blue cheese. I know that most youngsters are not blue cheese fans, and most adults aren't even. But that goes really nice with fig on your bruschetta as well. So a lot of options. You could probably think of many, many others. But for my last one, I'm going to do the cream cheese, and I'm just going to drizzle a bit of honey on it. Oh, you know another thing you could do? You could saute some mushrooms and put them on top of a cheese, whether it's ricotta. You could do a mozzarella, a small thin slice of mozzarella, and put mushrooms on top. Yum. So here's our bruschetta. We've got a savory tomato and balsamic and cream cheese, a cream cheese and dried cherry and balsamic, and a honey and cream cheese. And like I said, the options are endless. Oh, there's also pesto, like you put on your pasta. You could do pesto with your cream cheese and your tomatoes. So yum, 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 yum. All right, I got to try it, right? I'm going to try the savory one. Pardon the faces and the crunching, but these are very crunchy. Delicious. I'll just think of all the combinations you could come up with. Like I said, you could do like a sharp cheddar or a nacho cheese, maybe with some salsa on top, give it kind of a Mexican flair. You could do pizza sauce with mozzarella, give it a pizza flair. I mean, the options are just endless of the things you can do with these little toast points. And super easy. And no heat, no cooking involved, right? More preparing. All right. Well, let me move all this over because we're on to our next recipe. So we did our savory. And now it's time for a truly fall, truly Thanksgiving flavor. It's everywhere right now. I know there's all kinds of jokes. My favorite comedians are making all kinds of jokes about pumpkin spice, right? I have cinnamon here, which is commonly used with pumpkin. So, sticking with that pumpkin theme, we're going to make some pumpkin pudding. Yum, 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 yum. Super easy. Unlike pumpkin pie, don't have to put it in the oven. You can get ready-made. I have some organic pumpkin pie mix. You could also just do pureed pumpkin. It's up to you. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. I saw 2 recipes. You can do it where you mix the pudding and the pumpkin together, or you could layer it. I'm going to mix them together. So I'm going to put my pumpkin pie filling. And again, I'm just doing a small bit. So I'm just going to do a couple of dollops. So a couple of spoonfuls is all dollop means, a spoonful. All right. Then I've got my snack pack pudding. I bet a lot of you have these in your lunches. And you just add that to the pumpkin filling. I can use my spoon even though it has pumpkin on it, since I'm going to mix them together anyways, right? Okay, get that out of the pumpkin out. And I just used plain vanilla. You could probably use a couple different flavors, but I think vanilla goes best with pumpkin. And I'm stirring it together. You want to stir it till it's that nice pumpkin-y orange color all the way through. You want to get rid of the vanilla, the white. All right. I want to get one more thing over here. I just thought of adding something to make it pretty. Since I don't have whipped cream, I didn't want to buy a whole thing of whipped cream just for this little bit, because whipped cream isn't something I would eat a lot of. So I have another idea for topping it. Oh, and I almost forgot. Graham cracker crumbs on the bottom of your dish. You could just crush up a graham cracker. I happen to have graham cracker crumbs. Just a little on the bottom of your bowl. Kind of shake them around so they sort of cover the bottom of your bowl like that. And then in goes the pudding. It's kind of like a no-bake pumpkin pie, right? I wish I had my scraper. I forgot my scraper. I have to bring everything from home, and sometimes I just forget. I'm kind of amazed I remembered as much as I did today, to be honest with you. All right. Oh my gosh, this looks super good. So here's our pumpkin pudding, and it's nice, but we can make it a little bit fancier. I've got some cinnamon from Penzies. I know we're not supposed to advertise anything, but they are local, which I think is super cool, right here in Southfield. It might be Beverly Hills, but it's very close by. So I sprinkled some cinnamon on. And now for the pièce de résistance. That means the best, very best part. I've got some of those mini chocolate chips that I used back in the October episode. And I'm going to sprinkle them right on top to give it just a little more flair. You could do whipped cream. You could do sprinkles. All kinds of things. I'm sure there's other things you could think of to top it with. But I'm going to come up here to show you what it looks like, because it's kind of hard to see it from back there. Here you go, pumpkin pudding. Yum, yum, yum. And you know what I've got to do, right? I've got to taste it, don't I? Okay. Really good. Really, really good. I want to get a little of the graham cracker crust. Really good, really pumpkin-y. Yum. Really easy dessert. So maybe an easy dessert as an alternative to pumpkin pie. Maybe everybody's pumpkin pied out in your household. So this would be a nice change. Or certainly an easy dessert to make with that leftover pumpkin, right? You got that leftover pumpkin, whether it's canned or you got the fresh stuff. Really easy recipe. And really delicious, if I do say so myself. Just throw out my paper towel here. Oop, I'll throw it right here. Okay, so we've got our pudding. We've got our bruschettes. And now we've got one more sweet treat. And again, I'm always looking for shortcuts, right? I'm always looking for shortcuts. So they tell you to get the Pillsbury sugar cookies and just bake those. You could do that, and that's easy. But I was looking for something even easier. So I went to my local grocery, and they have just plain sugar cookies. with some sanding sugar on them, and they're perfect for this recipe. We're going to make turkey cookies, perfect for your Thanksgiving dessert table, maybe to be part of your centerpiece even. And just so fun, a fun activity. If you got all the little ones over, all your friends or all your cousins, I know we're doing smaller gatherings, but you want something for them to do, and they want to be a part of it too. And you're watching, right? Those young chefs out there, you're the ones watching, I hope. You like helping too, right? That's why you're here. So this is a great way for them to be a part of the feast. So you start with a sugar cookie, and like I said, you can get the ready to bake, or you can make your own sugar cookies. Hey, have at it. I'm all about shortcuts. So I got these pre-made sugar cookies. And now I've got some Nutella. You can also use chocolate frosting. And then some type of decorating, either black or orange or both, to do the features of the turkey. They tell you in the recipe to use mini M&Ms for the eyes, but you can really just use this for the eyes too, if you want to make it real easy, which, like I said, I'm all about easy. And some candy corn. Candy corn. One of my husbands said, I cannot stand candy corn, and I like everything. But I just think candy corn is not good. But I know a lot of people like it. It seems like you either love it or you just don't. My husband loves it, and I do not. All right. Now that you know a little more about me, I'm going to take some Nutella, but first I'm going to wipe off my knife here. It's got some cream cheese on it. All right, and we're going to make a schmear. A schmear. I love that word. It really just means you're going to spread it onto the cookie in kind of an arc. Okay, now you got your schmear. Did I teach you a new word? Did you know the word schmear? I love that word. It's so fun. So onto the schmear, I'm going to put the turkey's feathers, which are candy corn. So, oh, got a pumpkin. I'll put that there. Oh, and these, I have some really cool ones. Some are yellow on top and some are orange on top. I'm just going to keep putting them together, put them close together. I'm going to try to rotate the brown and the yellow. If you have the yellow and orange ones and white ones, that's fine too. I have some of those. I have both. Look for a brown one now. Ah! Okay. So there's the feathers. Now we've got to give our turkey a face, right? Okay. They said to use M&Ms. Again, I didn't want to get a whole bottle of M&Ms. I knew I'd eat them all. So instead, I'm just going to use my black decorator. I'm going to do 2 little eyes. And then a beak. And then how about some feet? Now you boys and girls will probably do maybe a better job than me. Or maybe the same. And that's okay. You don't have to be an artist. They're still going to be super cute. If you want to get mini M&Ms and put them down with a dollop of a tiny, not even a dollop, but just a dab of Nutella to fix them to the cookie, you can do that, but you can certainly do it this way. Let me bring it up so you can see it. Here he is, our little turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. How cute would a bunch of these look on a plate? Just adorable. With some of these little candy pumpkins. So cute. Make a whole tray of them. So cute. And that is our November recipes. So some turkey cookies, a little pumpkin pudding, and some tasty bruschetta to liven up your November snacking. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Please let me know if you try any of these recipes. Let me know how they came out. I would love to know. And I will see you in December. Super fun being with you. I'm going to dance over here and say goodbye one more time. See ya later. Have a wonderful holiday.